Well, hello there. Welcome to my channel once again. Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Now, today I'll be talking about something that's been trending for the past week. The death of Sylvester Oromoni at Dowen College in Lagos. What have we learned from this sad event? First of all, I'd like to condole with the family of the deceased, and then I sympathize with them in this very difficult time. In this situation, it's not something we pray for, it's something we pray against, and then it happens to a family, a lovely family. We pray that God repose their loss and then give them fortitude to bear what's happened. But I'd like to play the video of the father, Mr. Oromoni. I'd like to play the video of his interview with BBC Pidgin. I think it captures the real emotions that go with the incident, and then I'll come back and I'll talk just briefly about what we've learned from the situation. Don't go anywhere. Here's the video from BBC Pidgin, the interview with Sylvester Oromoni, the late Sylvester Oromoni's father. Yeah, here it is, and then I'll come back and then we'll talk about it.
Any ball, in or false self. Senior students will be these boys where they mention. They walk into the room for the hostel. As they enter, lights they on. Nobody in the other children same day. As they enter, they put off the lights. Now they start to beat up. First they use belt, then they whip up. He falls from the bed. They start to mash up with leg, kick out, stand on the waist until at the end they go put something for a mouth. Nobody know what they put for a mouth. The boy himself said, he don't know, but they put something for his mouth. And every time when they talk, look my mouth, look at my mouth. Mouth, they pain me. This way, they pain me. My throat, my chest, my back, my waist, my belly, the belly. That's what the boy shouts. So that since he don't talk, say, they beat him, they match him. We go and go do X-ray and scan. So the scan, say, blood come out later on Monday. Me and the Asaba. That's okay. I go rush come. I don't call teaching hospital. The doctors there, 2 doctors. They say make we quick come. Then they wait for emergency what they wait for us. So but before I from Asaba, police worry that Tuesday the boy don't die. The mouth don't peel finish. So if you see the pictures, you go don't say that don't be ordinary pilling. Now the chemical way they give and drink, 9 pill amount. They say liver, the scan so say liver don't swell up for inside. Then swollen back, swollen head, side, chest, all those things. I went to the scan. But when all the scan, I go to specialist hospital before they die. He said the boys, there be 5 will enter the room. But now 3 he mentioned, there be senior, and say talk. So when they bring those boys, make they question them, make the school come tell us what happened. Then, if not ball the person they play, now only one person they play ball, make they bring the people who follow the boy play the ball. Make they bring the arts masters who supervise the children when they play ball. The boy don't talk, say, na a room in there. When they bring a mate straight inside room with him, when they beat him, they mash him. My pikin now, today he don't die. In a sacrifice. Now he bring out the secret, say, this kind of thing they exist. So if parents will get that kind of pikin, not talk put, no problem. But me as a father and my family, we go talk put. Make my pikin get justice. Make them bring those boys. I want the truth. Now what I want from the government? What do I want from the school? The school, academically, then try. My children were friends from the school. All of them do well. Now I make they carry pikin. They go to school. Will they pay plenty money now? You go pay plenty money, go kill your own pikin. Money where we pay, now I kill my pikin. Because we feel say academics they try. But administratively, they fail. They not try at all. I go leave children for one place. No master they supervise them. Even if they fight die, Nobody go fit tell them say these children they fight die. CCTV camera self, they say they not get. How? Which kind of school be that? All these millions where would they pay? See? That's justice me I want. You see? If the school come say the truth, I get anything against the school. Not me they send children to go beat. But there's no way the school authorities, as masters, go say, they not know say bad boys in that school. They're not going to talk am. Because other parents too, by the grace of God, go cry out the harassment and bullying. By the grace of God, they go cry out. And also say, they don't only this my pikin. Not because my pikin die, other ones go quiet and not show. And they say I'm online. My children say they call me, they tell me. See, parents they cry. Other people say they cry out. Lawyers too, they cry out. That's justice I want. What did the Lagos State government do? That's the best thing they do. I like them. May they not put the school until my pikin get justice.
All right, welcome back. Such a sad event, such an emotional time for the family. We grieve with them, but looking at the video, a few things come to my mind, and I think I should talk about them in this video. First of all, the fact that the issue of bullying is real in our schools, and it will always be there. It will never go away as long as we have bullying as a vice in society. Bullying in schools, in boarding schools, will never go away. It is like the devil, it won't go away. You can only, well, ameliorate it, reduce it, but it will never go away as long as those vices are there in the society. Police bully people. People bully people. So what do you expect? The children who see these things, who watch it on TV, who see it every day, they go to school and they will practice what they see. They will practice what they see. Children are more taught by vision, by what they see than by what they hear and what they are told. So as long as bullying is still very prevalent in our society, bullying in schools will continually be prevalent, and they will continually be real. Now, the second point I'd like to note from the video is the failure of parents in the moral upbringing and character training of their children. Now, it's been alleged from the video, you could see the father alleged, and it's been alleged that the son, before he died, confessed that it was senior students that tried to force him to join a cult, and then they did that by beating him and giving him substances to drink, to ingest, and so that caused his death. So it's a failure of parents. It's parental failure. That's, I'd like to start from there as the foundation. Parents have there's the rising decline in discipline of children by parents. The rising decline in discipline of children by parents. Parents give less attention to discipline, to character development of children. The failure to discipline, the failure to monitor their children, the failure to give proper guidance to the children, and the failure to be good examples to the children. You cannot give what you don't have. And so when parents are bad examples, they'll end up having children that have bad examples. For a child, for children who are in secondary schools, these are people 16 years and below, for them to begin to exhibit traits of cultists and people that we knew or we know or we thought before now are things that are being practiced only in tertiary institutions. It's a shame. It's a big problem. It means there's no proper monitoring of the children while they're at home. There's no proper guidance. There's no proper training. No proper care taken for their character development as children at home. And so when you fail to do this at home, you now leave it to the teachers. You leave it to the teachers. And then on the side of the teachers in our school, we must understand that in Nigeria right now, we have a failing school system. Our teachers are poorly trained. It's not by having PhDs and master's degrees in education. It's not about that. prior to now, we had what we call the Teachers Training Institute, the National Teachers Training Institute, where people are specifically trained to be teachers. But then now, the insistence on intellectual prowess has made it, well, people don't go to the teachers training institutes again. They don't hire teachers from those institutions again. They just look for the person with the best PhD or the best master's degree, the best BSc degree, and then here we go, they employ them as teachers. So we have people in our school systems who do not understand the system of education and how to train children, how to teach children. And so when you put children from poorly trained or poor parenthood and put them in school system where the teachers are also poor, what you have a failed system. And it's in that kind of system that these kind of vices will grow and increase and have, whatever it is. So we have failed parenthood, and then we have failed educational system. Kids are being left to TV and pop culture for training. Your children come on holidays and they spend so much time watching television. They spend so much time interacting or mingling with friends that you have no idea about, that you cannot vouch for their character and all that. This is what you get. You have your children at early age, they'll join cults, they'll join street gangs, and then when they go to school, they'll exhibit those traits. So failed parenthood, failed educational system, these are the things that cause this kind of situation. If those children who allegedly bullied this boy were children from good homes, this would not have happened. And then if the school system was a system that gave proper attention to children. I attended boarding school. I can tell you for real, students are even more afraid of their senior students than they are afraid of teachers. They're more afraid of that because we have, it's amazing. You see in boarding schools, children 16 years, 15 years exhibiting attitudes and characters that are so wicked and too advanced for their age. And where do they get it from? It's because the parents do not monitor properly. The parents do not monitor properly, and then in a school system where discipline is on the decline. These days, when you discipline a child, many people think you hate the child, but it wasn't like that many years ago. It wasn't like that. In those days, people disciplined their children. People did not spare the rod. But, as advancements and globalization, modern age came into being, it slowly eroded this character of insistence on character development and uprightness of children. People now leave their children. You hear people say things like, leave these children, let them decide for themselves. But a child cannot decide for himself. A popular Bible quote says, foolishness abounds in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction will drive it out. So you cannot leave a child that is naturally foolish to make decisions for themselves. We need to discipline children and be good examples and role models to our children. It is not wickedness to punish your child when the child does wrong. It is not wickedness. It is love. It is not wickedness. You must discipline your child. I'm not saying you beat up the child, but then you must discipline the child and let the child know that this thing you have done is wrong. This is a wrong attitude and this is the right attitude, and ensure that the child begins to exhibit the right attitude. This is the way to discipline. And so when our schools do not discipline anymore, I remember growing up in school, they would suspend students no matter how much the parents come to beg and all that. They suspend the children, they flog them in school to let them know that they've done wrong. But these days they hardly flog children anymore. I don't think any school flogs any child anymore, not to talk of Dowen College where they pay lots of money. Nobody sends his child to school to be flogged these days. That's what you hear. But then this is what you get when you don't have discipline as a watchword for the children. So my encouragement, or I'd like to talk to Dowen College, their response was immediate, that, well, the child, it was a football incident, he got injured while playing football. I've been watching football since I was like 5 years old till today. I've never heard anyone die through that kind of, I've never seen any footballer get injured to that extent. The father in the video said the x-rays and scans revealed that he had swollen liver, he had burns in his throat, in his mouth. Those things do not happen from football injuries. There's no kind of football you play, except it's Shaolin soccer. There's no kind of football you play that will give you such injuries. So Dowen College my encouragement to them is the best way. I know they did all that just to clear the name, preserve integrity of the school, but the best way to preserve the integrity of the school is to come out plain and say the truth. Say the truth, speak the truth. Let everyone see that your school is dedicated to vanquishing bullying and vanquishing this kind of behaviors. Speak the truth. The child was beaten up by senior students, and then it's a sad one. I encourage the school to take the high road, do what is right, speak the truth, and then regardless of the benefits of boarding school, I think there are real dangers in boarding schools these days. When I talk about failed parenthood and failed educational system, it gets more bizarre when you now put a boarding school into the equation. It's difficult these days to have a very good boarding school. It's difficult. So I think boarding schools are good, but right now it's difficult to have a very good boarding school where you have a system that is devoid of all these kind of things. But the truth is, if parents do their job and if teachers do their job, if we have better parenthood, if we have better educational system, our boarding schools will continually become better, not becoming worse. I'll be back shortly with my iLeadership lesson for this video. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. My iLeadership lesson for this video is character and moral uprightness. As leaders, we must ensure that we develop character in the people we lead. And now we're talking about the Dowen incident, Sylvester Oromoni and his unfortunate demise. There must be an insistence on character development. Gone are the days when we had character development as one of the core values for education and in our educational system. We must insist on character development. If you as a parent, if you as a leader if you are devoid of good character, learn, try as much as you can to develop it, to learn it, improve on it. Tell yourself the truth. You have a bad character, you must develop and become better. Many people say, well, people don't care about character anymore, but the big organizations, the big companies, when they want to hire, they place insistence on good character, integrity, moral uprightness. And then don't mind what you watch on TV, what you see on cable, what you see on the news, social media, and then how character development has gone haywire. But when people need people that will do good jobs for them, they look for good character. People look for good character. President Donald Trump, for instance, he was voted out of office because the American people allegedly said he didn't have the character of a president. And so they voted him out. They wanted somebody that, could be, approachable, that had a likable demeanor, but he wasn't. And so he was voted out. That's one of the reasons. So you see that no matter how ugly society looks, they look out for good character. So my encouragement is develop your character and place insistence on moral uprightness. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to like the channel and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on the notification button. Until next time, see you then. Ciao. God bless you.